Here is a story I asked Grok3 to generate. This is the initial query. Write a prose story in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer literary universe, where Buffy receives a cryptic message from a sketchy demon that tells of a way to remove Angel's curse, where if Angel ever receives one moment of true happiness, he will lose his soul. So Buffy is highly motivated to find a cure for his curse after fighting her way through the demonic underworld of Sunnydale. Buffy acquires the ancient soul tablet that details the ritual to remove Angel's curse, but discovers that she must sacrifice the soul of the mortal she loves most in the world, and realizes she can't do it. She comes to the understanding that she must take whatever joy she can from the time she has with Angel, in every day and in every way. Write this in the past tense, third-person, omniscient point of view, including much dialogue verbally between the characters, full of fun and funny witty banter between the characters, as well as internal monologues from the characters, using these internal monologues as a way of explaining much of the narrative exposition. This is the resulting story. The night hung heavy over Sunnydale, a shroud of mist and menace that seemed to cling to Buffy Summers like a bad prom date. She'd been patrolling Restfield Cemetery when the sketchy demon appeared, 6 feet of sinew and slime, with eyes like overripe grapes and a grin that screamed, "Used car salesman from hell." His name, he'd rasped, was Scratch, and he'd come with a message that hit Buffy harder than a stake through a vamp's chest. "There's a way, Slayer," Scratch had croaked, his voice a gravelly wheeze as he leaned against a crumbling tombstone. "A cure for your broody boy's curse. No more soul-losing nonsense when he gets a happy ancient soul tablet, buried deep in the demonic digs under town. Yours for the taking, if you've got the guts." Buffy had narrowed her eyes, twirling her stake like a baton. "And why should I trust a demon who looks like he flunked out of slime school?" Scratch chuckled, a sound like marbles rattling in a tin can. "Don't trust me, Blondie. Trust your desperation. You want Angel free of that pesky clause? This is your shot. Or don't. I'm just the messenger. Don't stake the mailman." Inside, Buffy's mind raced. A cure for Angel's curse? No more ticking time bomb of happiness? She'd spent months dodging anything that might spark true happiness in him. Kissing him was like playing Russian roulette with her lips. The idea of a fix was too tempting to ignore, even if it came from a walking dumpster fire like Scratch. "Fine," she'd snapped. "Point me at it, and I'll decide if you're lying after I've kicked some demon ass." Scratch had grinned wider, handing her a crumpled map scrawled on what looked like human skin. "Underworld entrance off Miller's Woods. Bring backup, Slayer. You'll need it." Hours later, Buffy stood in the library of Sunnydale High. The Scooby Gang sprawled around the table like a dysfunctional family reunion. Giles polished his glasses with the zeal of a man staving off a migraine, while Xander shoveled cheese puffs into his mouth, orange dust coating his fingers. Willow tapped nervously at her laptop, and Cordelia flipped through a fashion magazine, unimpressed by the looming apocalypse vibes. "So, let me get this straight," Xander said, crunching loudly. "You're taking life advice from a demon who smells like a sewer and looks like he lost a bet with a lawnmower?" Buffy tossed the skin map onto the table, glaring at him. "I'm not crocheting him a sweater, Xander. He gave me a lead on fixing Angel's curse. You know, the one where if he gets too happy, he turns into a soul-free killing machine. Ring any bells?" "Oh, right," Cordelia drawled, not looking up from her magazine. "The no fun allowed clause. God, Buffy, your love life is like a bad soap opera with fangs." "Cordy," Buffy shot back, "if I want commentary, I'll ask the peanut gallery." "Which, hi, Xander's already covering." Xander grinned, wiping his hands on his jeans. "Hey, I'm just saying demon info. Sketchy with a capital S. What if it's a trap?" Giles cleared his throat, sliding the map closer. Xander has a point, though I'd phrase it less colorfully. This could be a ruse. However, he squinted at the jagged script. This references an artifact I've read about. The Soul Tablet of Ashkentar. Ancient, powerful, rumored to hold rituals for binding or unbinding souls. Willow perked up, eyes wide. Unbinding? Like undoing Angel's curse? Buffy, that could mean you and Angel could, without the whole evil Angela sequel. Buffy's heart did a little flip, though she masked it with a smirk. Yeah, Will. That's the dream. Me and Angel, minus the part where I have to stake him after a good date. God, she thought, what would that even be like? Holding hands without a countdown clock? Kissing him without checking for fangs after? The hope was a sharp ache, one she couldn't shake. Giles frowned, ever the buzzkill. If this tablet exists, retrieving it won't be simple. The demonic underworld beneath Sunnydale is a labyrinth of chaos. Hostile entities, traps, sounds like a Tuesday, Buffy quipped, grabbing her jacket. I'm going. Who's with me? Xander raised a cheese puff-crusted hand. In. But if I die, I want. He fought bravely and ate well on my tombstone. Willow nodded, clutching a spell book. Me too. I'll bring magic backup. Cordelia sighed dramatically. Fine, but if my nails get chipped fighting demons, I'm billing you, Buffy. Giles adjusted his glasses. I'll stay here, research the tablet further. Be careful, all of you. The underworld was a festering pit of shadows and sulfur, a maze of tunnels that reeked of death and bad decisions. Buffy led the charge, stake in one hand, flashlight in the other, as demons lunged from the dark, hulking brutes with claws, skittering things with too many eyes. She staked, punched, and quipped her way through, the Scoobies at her back. Man, Xander panted, ducking a claw, this place is like the DMV, but with more drooling. Less paperwork, though, Willow chirped, flinging a burst of magic that fried a demon mid-leap. Cordelia shrieked as slime splattered her shoes. Buffy, these are Italian leather. I'm sending you an invoice. Bill me later, Cordy, Buffy yelled, spin-kicking a horned beast into a wall. This better be worth it, she thought. Angel's worth it. A life where we're not a tragedy waiting to happen. After what felt like hours, they reached a cavern lit by eerie blue flames. At its center sat the Soul Tablet of Ashkentar, a slab of obsidian etched with runes that pulsed like heartbeats. Buffy grabbed it, feeling its weight, both literal and cosmic. Gotcha, she muttered, grinning. Let's blow this hellhole. Back at the library, the gang huddled around as Giles translated the tablet, his face growing grimmer with each line. Buffy paced, adrenaline still buzzing, while Angel stood in the corner, all brooding eyes and leather jacket. He'd joined them after the fight, summoned by a breathless phone call from Willow. So, Buffy pressed, hands on hips. What's the cure, Giles? Lay it on me. Giles hesitated, then read aloud. To unbind the cursed soul, the bearer must offer the soul of the mortal they love most, freely given, into the void eternal. Silence crashed over the room like a dropped anvil. Xander blinked. Wait, what? You have to sacrifice someone? Buffy's stomach plummeted. The mortal I love most? That's, her eyes flicked to Angel, then away. No, she thought. It can't mean him. He's not mortal. So who? Willow's voice was small. Buffy, who do you love most? Like, in a soul-sacrificing way? Cordelia snorted. Please. It's obviously Angel. She's been mooning over him since day one. He's not mortal, Cordy, Buffy snapped, sharper than she meant. But who then? Mom? Dawn? Her mind spun, landing on her friend's, Xander's goofy grin, Willow's shy kindness, even Cordelia's snark. No, I can't choose. I won't. Angel stepped forward, his voice low. Buffy, if this is about me, it's always about you. She cut in, half laughing, half crying. But I'm not trading anyone's soul for this. Not yours, not theirs, not anybody's. Buff, Xander said, softer now, you sure? This could be your big fix. She shook her head, clutching the tablet. No. I thought I wanted this, some magic loophole to make us work. But I can't. I can't lose any of you. And I won't, she vowed silently. Not for a cure, not for anything. Angel's hand found hers, cool and steady. You don't have to do this alone. She looked up at him, a wry smile tugging her lips. Yeah, well, you're stuck with me anyway, soul or no soul. Guess we'll just keep dodging happiness like champs. He smirked, a rare flicker of humor. I'm good at brooding. We'll manage. Willow grinned. So, what? You're keeping the cursed boyfriend status quo? Yup, Buffy said, tossing the tablet onto the table. We'll take the joy we can get. Every day, every way. No apocalypses required. Xander clapped his hands. Great. Now can we order pizza? Demon fighting's hungry work. Cordelia rolled her eyes. Only if it's not delivered by a slime monster. As the gang bickered over toppings, Buffy leaned into Angel, feeling the bittersweet ache of what they had. It's not perfect, she thought. But it's ours. And for now, that was enough.